Okay, so for our mayo, I put 2 egg yolks in my food processor, and I'm just going to, I've got the whites here in a little bowl. I'm just going to pop them in a Ziploc bag, labelled, and pop them in the freezer. And then I use them for potato roasty. There's a recipe on my blog, and meringues on the odd occasion that I make them, or pavlova. So I'm going to get a pinch of salting, because that's going to help kill bugs as well. Freak them out with osmotic pressure. So yeah, good pinch of salt. Doesn't have to be going that fast. And then I've got my boiling water in the kettle. So I'm just going to put 3 tablespoons in now, and that's pasteurizing our eggs. So I'm going to check that it gets up to the appropriate temperature. Just let that kind of whisk. And then I add the vinegar, so 2 tablespoons. I'm using rice vinegar, but you could use any mild flavor vinegar, wine vinegar, or even lemon juice. But rice vinegar is my favorite. And then, well, with the motor running, this is the key bit, I've got my 3 cups of light olive oil here, and I'm just going to really gradually add it doesn't have to be going super fast. The key is to make sure you're adding the oil really gradually, particularly in the beginning stages. And this makes 3 cups, a bit more than 3 cups, 3.5 cups of mayo, which is a fair bit. I eat a lot of mayo, so that's fine for me. It keeps in the fridge for a couple of weeks. But if you wanted to halve the recipe, you could. You just have to be super careful at this initial stage. And the other thing is I normally add a tablespoon of Dijon mustard or French mustard, and that actually helps with the emulsification process. So if you are halving the recipe, I highly recommend adding the mustard. It adds lovely flavour as well, but it just helps keep the mayonnaise emulsion really stable. So when you get towards the end here, you can add a bit more quickly. Great. So have a look, and that looks beautiful. So it's up to you. One thing I find is that every time I make mayo, it's a little bit different. So if it's not quite thick enough for you, I like it to be a little bit on the runnier side, so it's not too gloopy. But yeah, you can always add more oil, and if you're finding it's getting too thick, just add a splash of water. I'm going to have a taste. And that's tasting pretty good. So thing with when you're using olive oil is it can have quite a few bitter flavors. So if you find that it does have that, adding a bit more salt can really balance that out. But I added a fair bit of salt in the beginning, so we're looking good. And then finally, just going to add, this is totally optional, but a teaspoon of onion powder, which just adds really lovely savoury flavour to the mayo. But that's, yeah, completely optional, just a flavour thing. Another quick tip with the mayonnaise is, especially if you're halving the recipe, is you often get water splashed around the sides and oil splashed around the sides at the beginning. So I like to just wipe that down, because that can cause it to split. Not very often, but just as a precaution. I like to get it nice and clean before I'm scooping it out into my jars. And that's pretty much it. So then I'll put it into clean jars and store it in the fridge.